My dear students, my dear researchers, almost all the business schools in the world, they are teaching those theories of management and theories of the organization, which are of course related to the theories of business, or originating from the theories of economics, which basically were developed in the Western school of thought. और जब हम Western school of thought कहते हैं, तो to begin with, it's basically the European school of thought. Today, you may find books coming from North America, from Europe, from England, from Australia, from Canada, but all of them, they represent the Western school of thought and how the management thought were developed in the 11th and 12th and 15th century, and of course in the industrialization period. But this is very important for us, that since we are learning how the thought of the management were developed, we should see how the Greek philosophy and the Roman governance and administrative structures were taken away when the Roman Empire fell down. So we are looking how, when the Roman Empire got weak, power was not centralized, governance structure became weaker, so independent states starts coming up. Germany, France, they were the first one to declare going away from the Roman Empire. This means Roman Empire got weak. We are into the period of 7th, 8th, 9th, up to 15th century. बल्कि यूं मुझे कहने दीजिए कि ये सारा वो वक्त है जो यूरोपियन हिस्ट्री के अंदर डार्क एजेस कहलाता है. लेकिन बहरहाल उस डार्क एजेस के अंदर, जिसको हम ऑर्गेनाइजेशन थ्योरी में या हिस्ट्री में डार्क एजेस कह रहे हैं, मैनेजमेंट के थॉट्स कैसे डेवलप हुए, दैट्स व्हाट वी नीड टू लर्न. सो प्लीज रिमेंबर, Roman Empire got weaker, independent kingdoms. So kings were coming up, and to begin with, Germany and France, they became independent states. So France, Germany, UK को भी ऐड कर लीजिए, Great Britain कह लीजिए आप, and Holy Rome. So Rome was more or less compounded by and circled by the Roman cities. Remember, इससे पहले हमने बात की थी कि इन दोज डेज स्टेट का तसव्वुर नहीं था, या तो एम्पायर का तसव्वुर था या फिर सिटी गवर्नमेंट्स का तसव्वुर था. रोमा वाज ए सिटी, एथेंस वाज ए सिटी, माइलन वाज ए सिटी. These were the cities which were governing their own structures and running their own markets and coming up with business practices. Philosophy, Greek. Governance structures and administrative structures taken from the Rome. So now we are looking at the kings which are now separated from the central power of Rome. Say, for example, France and Germany. Now these new kingdoms, of course, king is there, but these new kingdoms, they needed administrators, professional administrators, who can run the affairs of the state, who can run the practices of the business and the market. Market का वो तसव्वुर तो नहीं था जो आज है, but whatever the thoughts were there, because remember, it was agriculture economy at that time, but they needed professional administrator. अब ये professional administrator कहाँ से आए? That's very interesting, and I think that's we need to learn. And then when we come to the modern theories of management thought, you will relate कि जिसको वो dark ages कह रहे हैं, actually वो dark ages उस वक्त का नाम है कि जिसमें religious institutions were really governing the governance structure of the states. ये professional administrators, to begin with, Germany, France and Holy Rome. Holy Rome, Germany and France, all three of them, they were non-religious, pagans. they did not believe in any religion. But remember, we are now sitting in 8th or 9th century, up to the 15th century. Christianity was spreading across Europe. So this means, although they were non-believers, but Christianity became the religion. So once they became influenced by the religious institution, the senior bureaucrats, they were actually the priests and the bishops of the religious institution. They became closer to the king. They were running the administrative structure, and the emerging European empires, they were influenced by the religious institution. And when we say religious institution, basically it was the Christian religion. New kings and the new kingdoms, of course, they had their personal styles of leadership. So the governance structure, the market structure, the business practices were being run by the priest and the bishop and the religious institution. So church became very important institution, and king and the prince has to depend on them. Germany, France, UK. State and the markets were run by the administrators who were actually the Christian clergy from the churches. The bishops and the priests, they were influencing the business practices in the market, and they were influencing what goes on in the palace of the king or the prince. बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरी है ना. और इसके साथ ही रोमन और ग्रीक प्रैक्टिसेस भी अपना रोल प्ले कर रही थी. यानी रोमन और ग्रीक प्रैक्टिसेस were taken up by the senior bureaucrats and the professional administrators, and these senior bureaucrats and professional administrators were attached to the religious institution, the church, Christianity, and the priest and the bishops were the professional administrator of the day, and that is how we call it the medieval Europe period started. And of course, as we go on, we will see how they were influencing the agriculture economy of Germany, France, and UK. Thank you.